at the 285 pounds here at the All Star Classic. Jason Bryant here with you along with Nick Garone. Nick, as we said in the open, this is the match you were looking most forward to. Tell us why.
Gwiazdowski versus McMullan, because McMullan's a three-timer. He's never been on top of the podium. He wants this. He wants to engage with Gwiazdowski right now. He wants to get that opportunity at him. They wrestled last year. He lost in overtime 5-3. But these guys don't wrestle like heavyweights. They wrestle like lightweights. They're constantly causing action. They're constantly taking shots. They're setting guys up. They're doing the things that smaller guys do. And that's why they're exciting heavyweights. They're not the traditional heavyweights.
Yeah, I mentioned they wrestled last year. They've actually split in their college career. Back in 2012, McMullan won in the consolation quarterfinals at the NCAA championships after they were already All-Americans. And that was when Gwiazdowski was still at Binghamton, where he was an All-American as a true freshman for Coach Pat Pablizio. Followed him to NC State, redshirted, unseeded Tony Nelson, the two-time reigning heavyweight champ last year, to become the third heavyweight to win a national title at NC State.
Unbelievable. And let me tell you, great shot by Gwiazdowski and great counter by McMullan. McMullan gets the first takedown. And a lot of times in these matches, this first takedown is so crucial.
Out to a 2-0 lead. Again, one of 5 or 6, I can't remember exactly, 5 or 6 different heavyweights that were ranked #1 last year. The Big Ten was a meat grinder. Of course, Gwiazdowski wrestled out in Vegas in the Southern Scuffle. Saw those guys a lot.
And right now we have another 1 versus 2. You gotta love it.
And of course, Gwiazdowski named the third heavyweight for NC State to compete in this event. The others were the late Tab Thacker, who you might remember as House from Police Academy, and Sylvester Turkey, but actually a long career in professional wrestling. So a 2-1 lead for McMullan here, a minute to go, 43 seconds of riding time. And McMullan, this is kind of a home match for him. He went to high school at Wyoming Seminary, which is just outside of Wilkes-Barre, Pennsylvania, but he's from Easton, about 90 minutes from here. While Gwiazdowski, a New York guy. You know something about New York guys.
Hey, let me tell you, I do know about some New York guys, and he was one of the top guys in New York coming out of high school.
Unfortunately, the NWCA, I don't believe, was able to get any of the local cheesesteak eateries to sponsor the heavyweight class. I thought it would have been fitting. You know, have Pat's on one side, Gino's on the other. Oh boy. Anyway,
you know, if you're not hungry, being Mike McMullan this year, you know, 3rd in the Nationals in 2012, 2nd in the Nationals, a runner-up in 2013, 3rd in 2014. If you're not hungry going into this, and pardon the pun there, if you're not hungry going into this senior year to get on top of the podium and be the guy, I mean, you got to let it all hang out here.
And Gwiazdowski just a junior. As we go to the break, there's the coin flip. Referee Tim Shields looks over at Pat Pablizio, and Obi Blanc, assistant coach there, looking sharp, is O. Benson in the corner there for NC State, while Drew Periano and Jay Borschel. How about those boots Borschel's got, man? Those things he's classing up the place, isn't he?
It's like wearing a tux with brown shoes.
This is the guy that once wore a pink llama singlet. So anyway, McMullan will start on top. Gwiazdowski trying to peel the wrist, circle in. Gwiazdowski breaks the lock, turns, spins away, faces, ties it up at 2-2 in riding time.
Just barely got the riding time.
I got a feeling that's going to move, though.
Gwiazdowski had such an epic run to his national title, didn't he, last year? I mean, just, you know, knocking off the people he knocked off and winning in the finals the way he did.
That was just a brutal weight. I mean, at one point, I think he had 9 of the top 11 in the country were from the Big Ten.
Yeah.
And McMullan, again, was part of it. 1:15 to go, tied up at 2. There you see a sweep single attempt by Gwiazdowski. Countered nicely by a front headlock by McMullan. Now goes to the underhook to the near side. Try to push the action to the edge. And Tim Shields and Gary Kessel with the whistles here today.
You know, 2 great officials, really very, very solid guys, been around for a long time, and they make the right calls, and they can, you know what I like about these guys? If one of them didn't see it, there's no ego. They will, you know, they'll go into a conference, they'll get it right, and that's what I like about these 2 guys.
30 seconds to go. There you see a half shot by Gwiazdowski. course, Kessel kind of local. Shields had to bring him all the way from Apple Valley, Minnesota. 20 seconds to go here in the second period. Here at heavyweight, we started at 165. Ran up through 174, 184, 197. Come back around with the lightweights here after we wrestle. Oh, nice three-shot. McMullan.
And he's going to get back points out of that.
Wow.
Oh, boy. Let me tell you, he made a big mistake with 5-6 seconds left. He got in a bad position, and McMullan took advantage. And let me tell you, 6-2 going into the third period against McMullan is going to be tough to come back on him.
He's got riding time. He's going to start down, though. 1 minute of riding time will be erased essentially when the whistle blows here. McMullan up to his feet, tries to peel the wrist. Gwiazdowski drops him back down, very close to a locked hands call there, but then Gwiz says, I'm looking cradle, I'm just going to kick you out. Now 7-2, the returning national champion trailing.
That was big, Jason, at the end of that second period. Catching that guy, catching Gwiazdowski on his back like that was unbelievable. Takes the pressure off of McMullan, too, because now all he's got to do is stay in good position, hand fight, not give up anything big, and he can win this match.
Yeah, and there you see, like as we were talking about with how athletic and mobile these guys are, Gwiazdowski, it's leg attack, leg attack, leg attack. These guys aren't just collar ties and shrugs. Now they're going to circle back, come in the middle. Both these wrestlers were in the rules meeting prior to this, so they know about the edge and the new experimental rule. Again, experimental only being used in this match. We haven't seen it yet with stalling. We have seen it with the takedown out of bounds. Coming up on under a minute to go. That's a 5-point lead for Mike McMullan of Northwestern against returning national champion and top-ranked Nick Gwiazdowski of NC State.
And he's coming. I mean, he's working Gwiazdowski, and he's, nice swing single.
Oh, good nice reshot.
Oh, beautiful. He went for that ankle pick. And Gwiazdowski, he's got to cut him right here.
Gwiazdowski up 7-2, going to try to chop.
No way.
He's got 25 seconds to go. He's thinking about it, Looking cradle. And now McMullan's going to get out with 18 to go. It's now 8-4. If you've got a big throw in your bag of tricks, Nick, you're throwing it right now.
You're not kidding. You got to go for something big here. It's over. It's less than 10 seconds.
And McMullan, no riding time to speak of, but our second straight #1 goes down as Mike McMullan for the Wildcats of Northwestern will knock off #1 Nick Gwiazdowski 8-4 at heavyweight.